I'm a smart investor. I dare say that because I understand the cryptocurrency markets and I am up to date on every new development, fintech and blockchain ecosystem. All because I watch the Inside Blockchain show on Crypto TV Plus. Every Monday morning, Crypto TV Plus brings you news headlines of top stories, interview with an expert, and give you detailed market analysis to enable you make the right business moves. Now you too can become a smart investor if you don't miss it. The Inside Blockchain show, only on Crypto TV Plus.
Hello and welcome to the program you're watching Inside Blockchain live on Crypto TV Plus. I am Tony Obiaju. Next 1 hour, we will be giving you key discussions on the latest stories affecting us in different ways. Now we begin by bringing you more reactions on the latest story making the rounds. The Central Bank of Nigeria's circular to deposit money banks, non-bank financial institutions and other financial institutions, prohibiting them from dealing in cryptocurrencies or facilitating payments to crypto exchanges. We then move to Kenya, right, to give you the latest development within its crypto space as the Africa Digital Finance Summit is set to hold later this month. Let's begin with the first story. Nigeria's central bank on Friday told all banks and other financial institutions to immediately cancel their services to crypto exchanges where customers buy, sell and trade cryptocurrencies. Now, according to the letter from the Apex Bank, this development comes as a result of the risk associated with cryptocurrency transactions. While this news comes as a shock to the entire crypto industry, it has received a lot of reactions from players, traders, and crypto entrepreneurs. Now, the status of Africa's Bitcoin nation now faces an uncertain future after recording the second largest Bitcoin trading volume in the world, and that is according to data analyzed in December of 2020. With Nigeria trading over 60,215 Bitcoin in the past 5 years, which was worth $588 million at the time, a figure only surpassed by the United States. Now, at the wake of this shocker, I have spoken with some of the players and cryptopreneurs within the space to get their reactions. You can check for our first coverage and interview on our YouTube channel. However, today on the program, I will be getting more reactions on the matter. I am now joined by one of Nigeria's biggest Bitcoin influencers and entrepreneur, Chijioke John, also known as Chiji14. He is the founder and CEO of Chiji14 Exchange. He joins us on Skype from Lagos, Nigeria. Good to have you join me on the program, Chiji. How has this directive impacted your company and business in general?
All right, Anthony, my pleasure. So the directive from the CBN was to, as you said, financial institutions and banks in Nigeria to stop facilitating payments for cryptocurrency exchanges, and also to identify accounts of these exchanges and players in the crypto space and block them. So basically, since we run a system whereby users can convert their crypto assets to Naira, get easy access to crypto by funding their Naira wallet and purchasing, it has affected us directly by preventing us from being able to facilitate withdrawals and transfers of Naira for our users. So basically that is what it does. It stops our users from being able to deposit Naira and also withdraw. So we've had to disable these facilities for now.
Interesting. Now, I know that this must have impacted your business greatly, but then again, what steps, right, have you taken since the development, and how will these affect traders or users of Chiji14?
So as I said, what we've done, the first thing we did was to disable deposits and withdrawals because we cannot process them efficiently at this time. But I would like to say that this was not unexpected, and because of for these attacks, I think is the reason why stable currencies that are being created, so you could actually hold your assets in a stable form on crypto. So on Rocket, our mobile app, we already have this support of USDT. So users can always convert their Bitcoin to USDT and have it stored for them as a stable asset. So they do not have to suffer any dump or rises in price. So basically, this first step we've taken is to disable the withdrawal of Naira, disable deposit of Naira, and we are getting in touch with the crypto community at large and also stakeholders to see a way forward from this mess, as I see it.
Okay, Chijioke, now you call it a mess. You talked about the fact that this wasn't expected. Definitely, this came as a shocker, to every player and every businessman who is operating within the crypto space, especially in Nigeria. But do you think, right, that CBN could have done anything different, before taking this particular decision?
Definitely, I think CBN could have done a lot more different. The fact is, if you've seen the statement released by CBN yesterday, it actually says a lot about their understanding of the cryptocurrency space and basically the reason why they are acting the way they are. But also, I think the crypto community needs to take a bit of the blame also, because this has been an emerging market for a while now, and I think we have not done enough. We have not done enough in terms of self-regulation, identifying with these bodies. I think we did not do enough in the past. So right now, it's seeming like the CBN is having a free game. They are attacking the crypto community, and we are scrambling to get ourselves in order to issue a response. So it says a lot also of how we've handled things from our own side. But I do think the CBN could also have tried to bring the players together at first, dialogue, and see better ways to handle this than basically trying to cripple our progress and our progress by leveraging on.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Chijioke, for that. Yes. You're going to finish your line because I lost you there for a second.
Okay. So I was saying the CBN could have done a bit more in terms of trying to dialogue at first with the players in this space, so we could come up with a better way of going forward. But as I said, I think a lot of the blame also should go to us to we in the crypto space for not doing more at first in terms of self-regulation and identification with these bodies.
Okay, so you're suggesting, or you're saying that more should have been done, especially from the position or the stand of the stakeholders who are playing within the space, to make sure that a lot of structures have been put in place, so that, or to avoid something like this. But I just want to throw this, into this conversation that we are having. At this point, you're not, and I know that you have seen that you're not the only one, all right, within this space. We have a whole lot of players and stakeholders who are trying to do something, right, for the economy. What do you think, right, they should do at this point? How would you want them to feel? Should they be more relaxed and just watch how things play, or get more involved with what's going on?
I would say get more involved. We all need to get more involved, come together, because I would say no institution was isolated. Basically, it did say it did specifically say cryptocurrency exchanges in the circular that was sent to the banks. So basically, it would feel like the exchanges are the most affected. But I think every player in the crypto space would agree with me that they were affected in one way or the other by that circular, and also by the press release yesterday from CBN, which more or less was stating facts from 2017, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, things other countries had done, and lots of funny instances here and there. So I think that also generalizes it more in a way trying to paint the use of cryptocurrency in bad light. So I would say every stakeholder needs to unite at this point. I think a response should be collective, not isolated. I think whatever response, whatever angle we are taking, it needs to be done as a collective, not individually.
All right, thank you so much, Chiji14, for joining me on the program to speak with us. At this point, I'll just have to let you go. Do have a great day.
My pleasure.
Okay, so you've heard from Chiji14 right there. There has been also a follow-up update, right, on this publication or press release that was first publicized on the 5th of February. Yesterday, the 7th, CBN released a backup story, all right, and stating or explaining why they took that particular decision. Let's now speak to Chiagozie Iwu, the founder of NaijaCrypto, as well as Charles Okaformbah, who is the co-founder and technical team lead of CHAS. Now, this gentleman joins us on Skype from Lagos, Nigeria. Now, Chiagozie, let me begin with you. Some people have described, the recent CBN's directive to banks on cryptocurrency as a wrong move. Some say it is a ban, a total ban on cryptocurrency. I would just like to ask here, what does the CBN's directive to banks in Nigeria really mean? Can you help us understand this in simple terms so that we don't get, people thrown off balance as to believing the wrong news right here?
Okay, nice to be here once again, Tony. I'm always glad to be on Crypto TV. Okay, to answer your question, basically the ban is more or less a banking ban. The CBN has no power to ban the trading of cryptocurrencies. It's not possible. It's not within their jurisdiction, right? So it's basically a ban on banks, banking exchanges. Basically, like what the mean is, okay, banks, you should not open bank accounts for exchanges. You should close existing bank accounts for exchanges, and basically is more targeted at like the side they can control, because you cannot ban cryptocurrencies. The CBN cannot do that. It's out of their purview. It's out of their jurisdiction, right? It's not possible. It's totally impossible. So that's just basically what the ban is talking about. In the aspect of what the ban actually implies in terms of what it's going to do, yes, it's very destructive to the space, right? Because like Chijioke said, right, it has caused a lot of exchanges, including mine, actually, to hurt Naira deposits for the meantime, right? And suffice to say, we think is counterproductive, because if you actually ask what the CBN is trying to achieve using the press release that they doled out yesterday, you see that, okay, these guys are a little bit uninformed. When some of us say the regulators are like years behind what's going on in the industry, at least I hope this makes people understand that, because it shows that, they were quoting things from 2016, 2017. They are very outdated in terms of regulation. They mentioned countries like Canada having Bitcoin bans and cryptocurrency restrictions. Meanwhile, these countries actually work with their exchanges to improve compliance, to improve KYC procedures, to improve different things. These are the things we expected the CBN and other regulatory authorities to impose, not an outright ban on banking. So hopefully, I hope that the CBN will call players and look for people that will educate them more, because that press release is worrying. It shows that, okay, in the whole Central Bank of Nigeria, nobody actually understands what's going on in this industry. Thank you.
Interesting. Now, Charles here is talking about, what this simply means, so that we don't have people confused about the whole situation. Now, then again, we talk about the economic effects of this particular decision from the CBN. I would just like to get your own take on this. What do you think, right, is the economic effects, or what economic effects will this have on the country? Okay, Charles, it seems I can't seem to hear you. You might want to check if you're on mute.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes, but that's quite, your picture is quite very black.
Oh, sorry about that. I don't know why. So, Now, what I'm saying is this,
Okay.
that the effect this is going to have on our local economy. Now, for the exchanges, local Bitcoin and Paxful, they do about like $7 million per week in trading activities. And then for general trading activities in Africa, we are seeing like 1.5 billion. And a large chunk of that trading activity is actually happening on Binance.
Okay,
and
Charles,
Yep.
so that we get the best quality out of this. At this point, I might just have to pause,
Okay.
this part so that maybe you walk on the lighting or something, because I can't seem to see your face
see me.
clearly. Yes.
Oh, sorry about that.
We'll get back to you shortly. Let me just come to you now, Chiagozie. Yesterday, right, we saw a follow-up press release on the situation, CBN explaining the reason for their decision, or the reason they took, all right, that decision. Now, in that press release, one part said that a significant amount of people used cryptocurrency, right, for speculative purposes rather than payments. What do you think about this? Is he right to probably believe so? And I'm talking about Mr. Osita Nwanisi, who is the acting director of corporate communications and also the signatory to the press release. Do you believe that this is actually used, or cryptocurrency is being used more for speculative purposes rather than payments?
Wow, this is gaslighting at its best. Okay, so basically, I need to ask a question. Now, which assets does not have a speculatory angle to it? Now, I hear a lot of people talk about the speculation. Yes, of course, there is a major, a lot of the trades in Bitcoin are actually speculative. That is not a lie. But let me also bust your bubbles. 80% of foreign exchange transactions are speculative. Does that mean that the foreign exchange transactions do not have their utility in terms of actually facilitating import and export? No, it does not. But 80% of foreign exchange transactions are speculative. You can go and look this up. Anybody can go and look this up, right? Now, a lot of trades in the stock market are speculative. In fact, without speculative trades in the stock market, you're going to lack a lot of short-term liquidity within stock markets. So this is surprising that they use facts. Like I expect more from the central bank. Like the central bank is supposed to be like a body filled with knowledge, and we now have to come and educate the so-called central bankers on basic economic theories. Because how can the fact that an asset is being speculated upon have anything to do with actually actually mitigating the actual usage of these currencies? Yes, Bitcoin has a speculative angle, but it does not remove the function of its actual utility. The same way we also have foreign exchange having a speculative angle. It does not reduce the actual utility of these foreign exchange transactions in import and export, the 20% that is not speculative. And speculation has its benefits in terms of liquidity to the market. So I do not understand why that is being used as a justification to say that, because this asset is being used for speculation. Then we close the whole financial markets, because there is no financial instrument today in the stock market, in the foreign exchange market, in the derivatives market. Over 90% of the financial derivative markets in all over the world is speculative. Do we close the financial derivative markets because of 90%? No, because people still use this for risk management. So I do not get it. These are the central bankers. We expect more from them than trying to release information that is not clear to people, basically. So I don't get that. I don't get that. That argument has been debunked and flawed a long time ago. Thank you.
Okay, now that's quite a lot. He also said, right, that due to the fact that cryptocurrencies are largely speculative, which you've just touched on, and just try to help us establish that understanding right there, speculative, anonymous, and untraceable, they are increasingly being used for money laundering. Now, this is actually quite interesting, that cryptocurrencies are being used for money laundering, terrorism financing, and other criminal activities right here, as I can see in the press release. Now, some retailers unsophisticated investors also face a high probability of loss due to the high volatility the investment or their investment has seen in recent times. And I'm here just wondering, isn't there sort of a solution around this that has probably been created within the crypto space, or is that how the markets really is, and they have, the rights to hold on to this as the reason why, okay, they just want to have people to probably disassociate themselves, all right, with crypto exchanges, especially banks right here?
Okay, Tony, this is quite interesting, right? The aspect of the money laundering, terrorism financing. Yes, this is an interesting point. Do some people use cryptocurrencies for this purpose? Yes, it's true. Right. But cryptocurrencies are probably used for like 4 to 5% of that. The US dollar, the Nigerian naira, actual tangible assets are used more to launder money. And coming from a country like Nigeria, where people drop cash under the soccerways, right, on the septic waste, right, and drop like millions of dollars, they should know this, right? They should know this. It's tell the colleagues in government that do this. So when you talk about money laundering, yes, that is the reason you need to work with exchanges. That is the reason the US Treasury Department over the years have made sure that cryptocurrency exchanges have become more compliant in the United States. That is the reason why in the European Union, regulatory authorities have made sure cryptocurrency exchanges have become more compliant. Look at what is going on Coinbase. Look at what's going on Kraken. Look at what's going on Bittrex. Look at what's going on all these major exchanges. You could not just come and trade Bitcoin. You must follow KYC protocols, right? A lot of us are actually doing this. We at NaijaCrypto, we do KYC, especially when you want to withdraw a huge volume of money. But the question now is, if the CBN feels that, okay, the activities of this people, some of the people, which is less than 2% of the market, facilitates these particular activities, then all you have to do is to tell crypto exchanges, guide them and work with them and say, oh, we can do the same compliance that banks do on customers, which some of us already do, right? We can do the same level of compliance, which a lot of crypto exchanges all over the world are beginning to implement. It shows that the lack of control, it shows the lack of understanding to come and say, okay, we are outrightly banning this particular asset class, or we are banning banks from actually working with this particular asset class because of these reasons, which is less than 2% of the market. So it's surprising. If you actually now, by actually restricting exchanges, you are actually increasing the use of cryptocurrencies for these reasons, because at least with exchanges you can track, you can see what is going on, you know where the cryptocurrencies are going to, right? But with this, if other informal channels, you do not know this, so you've defeated your aim, which, sorry to say, with all due respect to the regulators, is very counterproductive and stupid, because you have defeated the aim of what you wanted to regulate, right? So saying these particular reasons are the reasons why this cause is counterproductive. You talk about being anonymous. You talk about, oh my God, we're way beyond this. This is 2021. This is not 2016, right? We have companies like Keen Analysis, the anonymizing transactions. You have companies. You have a lot of weight. In fact, to be sincere, right? Cryptocurrencies are clearer than many fiat transactions. Money laundering goes on more in the fiat world. People use actual tangible assets. People use gold. People use even technological products to launder money. And then you talk about cryptocurrencies being a tool for money laundering. Okay, you talk about investor protection, volatility, right? Now, first of all, it is not within the CBN's purview to talk about investor protection. Hell no. We have been working with the Securities and Exchange Commission on this to actually streamline, to have proper investment protection and guide people on the right way to do, and guide people, we have stable cryptocurrencies like the USD Tether, right, that are very, very stable in value and could still be utilized. All cryptocurrencies do not serve the same purpose, right? Some might argue that Bitcoin is not a payment coin, it's more of a store of wealth, right? The same reason gold is. Some might talk about other cryptocurrencies that serve more as payment tools like Dash. You can have stable coin payments. So these arguments just show that they have not done their research. Information that is a Google search away is being overlooked. I do not know whether they're trying to be misleading or just because they do not have anybody within the whole central bank, right, that can give them this information. It's worrisome, it's scary to the Nigerian public that you do not have competent people running this institution.
Yeah,
Thank
I will
you.
hold you right there. It's we've been able to connect or contact Charles. And Charles, I'm sure you must have seen that reaction right there. Chiagozie and I were talking about I beg, Mr. Obina, connect once this thing come up. I beg, bless it, don't come up.
Petian with AWS Mining.
I'm Alexia Hefty-Rossier.
I'm Anand Mohan from Technobrain.
This is Anu Bardwaj from Women Investing, Women Digital.
And you are watching
You're watching
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus. Stay tuned.
Hi, this is Cynthia Petian with AWS Mining.
I'm Alexia Hefty-Rossier.
I'm Anand Mohan from Technobrain.
This is Anu Bardwaj from Women Investing, Women Digital.
And you are watching
You're watching
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus. Stay tuned.
Hi, this is Cynthia Petian with AWS Mining.
I'm Alexia Hefty-Rossier.
I'm Anand Mohan from Technobrain.
This is Anu Bardwaj from Women Investing, Women Digital.
And you are watching
Crypto
TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus. Stay tuned.
Hi, this is Cynthia Petian with AWS Mining.
I'm Alexia Hefty-Rossier.
I'm Anand Mohan from Technobrain.
This is Anu Bardwaj from Women Investing, Women Digital.
And you are watching
Crypto
TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus. Stay tuned.
All right, welcome back. Let me just quickly apologize for that breaking transmission there. Let's just get on with the conversation, Charles. Looking at the economic effects or the economic impact that this particular decision from the CBN has caused, can you help us understand what economic effects in particular will this have on the country?
Okay, thank you, Tony. Thank you for having me back. So just for statistics or for records, putting a combination of local Bitcoin and paxful for Nigeria, we are doing like $7 million per week. Now, this is just for local Bitcoin and paxful, not to add other regulated exchanges like Binance, Bitcoin, Bundle Africa, and some other Patricia, and some of them like this. Now, if you look at this volume, this tells you the number or the amount of transactions that is actually going on. And this is actually hitting people's accounts. Now, you have traders in the market that are making profits, right? They invest in Bitcoin, or they invest in, or they buy Bitcoin, they buy any of these cryptos. And after buying it, it appreciates. Now that appreciation, that value that they are getting from it is actually coming back to the country because they are selling off and then they need to convert back to fiat. And converting back to fiat simply means that they are changing it back to Naira. And once they change it back to Naira, they make use of it down here in the country. They bring it back to the country and then they use it to power the economy, either taking care of their expenses or doing things that they needed to do with it. Now, if the government is shutting out this trading activity, if the government is shutting out exchanges from carrying out certain activities like funding people's account or being able to fund their account on the exchanges, you are cutting off people's means of livelihood, not only for the traders alone, but also for the ecosystem. Now, the ecosystem is not just the traders. You have those that are actually being employed and they are being paid, you have the developers, you have the community managers, you have the people, the support, the support clients or those that are in charge of support. You have the product manager and all that. So all these people are actually being employed via this economy that has been created with cryptocurrency. Now, such a move doesn't only affect the exchanges, it also affects people's family. It affects life too, because the payments that these people are going to get from such activities or carrying out such role is already being affected. Now, these exchanges go down, people's jobs are actually at risk, then their job goes down too. The money that is coming in from these exchanges or from these trading activities or from this investment also is also being cut, and then you have a ripple effect that I don't think the government would want to take into treat softly, because this is going to affect a whole lot when it comes to making money for yourself as an individual, as a youth, and also as somebody trying to save your wealth. Because I do not think that as somebody that has struggled to earn a living for yourself, to make money for yourself, you will be happy to see it devaluing. Now, Nigerians are looking for a way to preserve the value of what they have sweat for or what they've worked for. So the government trying to prevent exchanges, which might even trickle down to traders that are in the space too. The government trying to stop these people from doing these activities has a whole lot of effect on people's wealth also, because lots of people are also trying to put their money where they know it is going to be safe and where the value is going to either be stable or appreciate.
All right, thank you so much, Charles. Now, we've seen, all right, from the press release that came out of CBN yesterday, just to, back up their previous stand or pronouncements on cryptocurrencies or directives to banks that came out on Friday. Now, we've seen that they are more concerned, right, about, the criminalities that people have used cryptocurrency, to commit. We'll talk about money laundering right there. We'll talk about scams and all those things, the high volatility nature of the market and all that. Some have said that this particular decision is quite hasty. Do you agree to this, Charles? Okay,
for the records, according to Chain Analysis, and Chain Analysis is one of the biggest crypto forensic firm in the space right now, and they are being used by secret agencies like FBI, CIA, and the likes of it. Now, Chain Analysis, they revealed in one of their recent checks that the percentage of illicit crypto activities associated with scam isn't as high in Africa as other regions of the world. And also, illicit crypto activities account for just 20%. That this is to show you that illicit activities in crypto is very, very minimal. Scams actually that are happening are being done with fiat. So that argument of illicit activity or illicit crypto activity is already defeated, because the youth majorly, they use this either as a store of value or as trading. If we look at cryptocurrencies, now cryptocurrencies, most of these projects are not termed as money, because the CBN, if they want to say, okay, that the crypto is trying to take over the legal tender we have in the country, which is the Naira. Bear in mind that most traders, it's either they are using this as a store of value or a utility token. And when it comes to utility token or speculative trading or investment or anything that has to do with security, we know that that is the role and function of SEC. And again, if the government or if the regulators are really serious about manning the space or regulating the space, there are some scams that are even happening right now that they call themselves money. They should go after those ones, not projects that are already established, not projects that people are already banking on or using as a means of livelihood via trading. If we want to talk about the speculative nature of it and all that, this is not a problem with CBN. SEC has already come out to state categorically that all tokens that will be coming out from Nigeria will be considered as a security token. Now, if it is left for you to prove otherwise that it is not a security, we know that has been a blanket statement and the community has been trying to define that and all that. So the SEC already has a role to play. And again, if you look at this too, recently, NIDA had a conference, and also there was a framework, NIDA framework to push blockchain in the country. And I remember that the Minister of that's Patami, digital economy, was trying to see how exploring the blockchain system. So if you have NIDA to push blockchain, if you have SEC trying to trying to streamline the operations of exchanges and security tokens or cryptocurrencies in the country, why would the CBN now try to discourage such a move or discourage the players that are already powering the system? So I feel that this is a very hasty decision and a very action from the CBN. Currently, we have Visa working with Anchorage to try and make banks to be able to even to be able to even trade in Bitcoin, that is buying and selling, and also even helping their users or helping their clients. So we see progressiveness in other countries and other developing countries trying to buy in, trying to see how to even tax. Because if you are not creating jobs for people, and people are creating jobs for themselves via legal means, why should you now try to stop them from doing that?
Right,
and again,
I'm going to hold you right there. So, Chiagozie, in our conversation, you talked about probably some of the things that CBN could have done, right, before proceeding to take that particular decision. You touched on a few things, but at this point, I'd just like to ask probably for more recommendations or suggestions. What do you think, or what else, do you think should have been done? All right, coming into this particular situation that we all find ourselves in the space?
Okay, it's quite straightforward. They should have engaged the industry stakeholders. By industry stakeholders, I mean exchange owners, people with projects within the space, people that are actually driving the market and actually building products within the space, and talk to them, and even some foreign stakeholders within the Nigerian space, and even take advice from other developed countries that are actually doing this and actually having a clean and clear ecosystem for cryptocurrency transactions to work. This is what they should have done, right? Because if they had done this, they would have learned a lot about what's going on. Like Charles just said, research shows that in Africa, there's even less amount used for money laundering, right? So these are information that they should have been able to gather if they had engaged properly with the industry stakeholders. So I suggest that going forward, the central bank should engage with industry stakeholders, not take decisions without actually understanding what is going on in the market. You're only destroying jobs, you're only destroying investments, right? The message this has sent to investors in Nigeria is that, oh, regulation can actually harm whatever we're doing, whatever investments we make. You do not want to know what's going on within the space in terms of investment, right? So you are damaging the reputation of Nigeria by actually doing what you're doing. And one more thing, yesterday's press release by the CBN they should apologize for it, because that is an embarrassment to show that, oh, our central bank actually released something like this that was done without proper research. I don't think any other country can do such a thing, right? And release something haphazard and unresearched like that. So they should actually look into what they did, because that is very dangerous. You're showing that, oh, there is the ignorance in the Nigerian public sector is even worse than we thought it was. Thank you.
Okay, Charles, interesting how Chiago is talking about, being able, or CBN being able to dialogue with the industry stakeholders and players within the space, to just probably have an understanding on, or a unanimous agreement in terms of where the industry should head, or the direction that it should tilt towards. Now, NITDA, right, was a body set up to create a blockchain adoption strategy framework. A body that you are part of, or you were part of, Chiagozie as well was part of. Now, it's actually interesting to see that this is actually, or what we are seeing right now, the situation right now is contrary to what NITDA, projected a few months back, when this body was set up to look at how blockchain technology can be adopted by the Nigerian government. And even went ahead to look at, predicting the possibility of generating a revenue of $6 to $10 billion by 2030. How did we come to a point like this, where this is what we are getting from NITDA, totally different from what we are getting from CBN, as well as SEC, because we've had conversations, SEC coming into the matter to look at how they can regulate the space. But this is contrary. Why are we seeing this? Isn't there sort of an agreement, or wasn't there a conversation, or wasn't CBN or representative of CBN part of this body called NITDA?
Okay, NITDA is actually a different body from CBN, but I remember vividly that during that conference, CBN rep were there, SEC also were represented, and the important bodies and people that have a stake in the blockchain system, or setting up a national blockchain system. So I am actually surprised that SEC is taking this stand, because this is counterproductive to Dr. Patami's, that's the Minister of Digital Economy. This is counterproductive to what they have in mind. I'm speaking from my own perspective, because I know the government wants to harness the blockchain itself. So if you are discouraging investors, private investors, from having to do with the banks, because we found out that what pushed the spike, or what actually pushed acquisition or the adoption of blockchain and the cryptocurrency, is the easy movement of fiat to the crypto. That's on and off ramp from exchanges of digital assets, and that actually pushed a lot of users into coming into this, because it makes user experience. It is from having anything to do with the banks, then it is counterproductive, because you are already trying to kill the industry. One thing I know is that the industry will definitely find a way, and that is just like Chiagozie alluded. What we will likely start seeing is peer-to-peer trading. So people want to go, okay, you want to sell your house, let me pay you Bitcoin. Okay, no problem, send me Bitcoin. And that is how it's going to be. Because the community, or the users, or the masses have already found value in cryptocurrency, and they know it has a potential of going higher. So with that, now you're already pushing people to a parallel means of exchanging value, rather than using using the fiat.
All right.
Then again, I know, sorry, please let me run up with this. Then again, I know after the circular came out, I know a lot of people moved their fund from fiat to exchanges. And what does that tell you? That tells you that more people are actually going to find a way of leaving the fiat economy, or the fiat system of the government.
Okay, thank you so much, Charles. So just to round up, because of time, Chiagozie, he talked about peer-to-peer trading now being the way forward, and people moving their money from fiat to crypto. You run an exchange. I will just want to quickly ask you right now, for Nigerians who love trading, traders here right now, that probably before this news or before the situation got to where it is right now, must have used their naira to buy, cryptos and all that. How do they now go about their day-to-day trading, being affected, or now knowing that this news has actually affected the structure or the systems that has been created in terms of trading cryptocurrencies?
Okay, basically, what this has done is you're just preventing the fiat channels. You're just trying to restrict the fiat channels, right? You're not destroying actual exchange. So, which is funny because you say you're protecting them from the volatility of cryptocurrencies. They will still trade cryptocurrencies. In fact, 70% of users on NaijaCrypto were able to move their funds to USD Tether, which is a dollar-based stablecoin, from Naira to Tether. They actually prefer trading Naira against crypto directly, but they're now moving their money from Naira to Tether, which is effectively moving your money from Naira to dollars. As in, what have you achieved, sincerely? So a lot of traders are going to be making use of the USDT more. Hopefully, we in the industry, we at NaijaCrypto, and of course the rest of the industry, we're going to be coming up with solutions very soon to actually placate the fears of many Nigerian traders, right? Of course, we in the industry we hyper innovate. Let me just put it like that. The crypto industry hyper innovates. No industry has achieved more in 10 years, right, than it has ever. No technological industry has achieved more in 10 years what the blockchain industry, the blockchain and cryptocurrency industry has actually achieved in 10 years. So the level of innovation coming out here is the type of innovation you expect in 100 years happening in 10 years. So believe me, traders will still trade. We still have our USDT ramps. We still have our other stablecoin ramps, and we'll move with that.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen, for joining me on the program. At this point, I'll have to let you go.
All right, thank you very much, Tony.
Yeah, still to come, we will be getting the latest developments within the crypto space in Kenya. We're going to be joined by our East Africa correspondent to get more stories in Kenya. So stay with us. We will be right back after this short break.
Oh, hi. I'm a smart investor. I dare say that because I understand the cryptocurrency markets and I am up to date on every new development, fintech and blockchain ecosystem. All because I watch the Inside Blockchain show on Crypto TV Plus. Every Monday morning, Crypto TV Plus brings you news headlines of top stories, interview with an expert, and give you detailed market analysis to enable you make the right business moves. Now you too can become a smart investor if you don't miss it. The Inside Blockchain Show, only on Crypto TV Plus.
Live on Crypto TV Plus. Now, we begin with giving you the top story making the rounds. Nigeria Central Bank's circular to deposit money banks, non-bank financial institutions and other financial institutions, prohibiting them from dealing in cryptocurrencies or facilitating payments to crypto exchanges. We're moving to Kenya to speak with our East Africa correspondent in the person of Frank Daya, who joins us on Skype from Kenya. Good to have you, Frank. Can you just give us a little bit of what has been happening in Kenya over this past few months?
Yeah, thank you, David. Thank you for having me. So it seems like today most of the conversation is, regulatory, how governments are just trying to step in and, just take charge of the industry and sort of give sort of directives. Particularly for Kenya, one of the main things that we've been discussing is digital services tax. So the Kenya Revenue Authority had actually released a circular that was supposed to give directives on, creating a tax that would be levied on any digital marketplace. So if you're doing any sort of online business, there would be a 1.5% tax on your business, be it even just your Facebook group where you're selling goods and services. So this kind of just spiraled over into people asking if it will include crypto-related trading, and there was a lot of confusion because all these traders that are on local P2P and other exchanges were wondering how the government would particularly enforce that. So it's still something that is on a gray area. We're still not very sure about how that's gonna go, because I don't understand how you're going to tax something that you haven't regulated, you haven't legalized. So we are still waiting to see if at some point the Kenyan government will come and step in and sort of find ways of maybe legalizing crypto trading. And if they do that, then I'll wait to see if they will be able to levy the tax, because we still are not really sure about how this is going to go, considering that we haven't really had discussions with the government as as a crypto industry. So we're still waiting to see how that goes.
How that pans out. Interesting. Now, Frank, the conversations that has been going around from diverse states or countries, that has probably gotten themselves involved with what's happening in the crypto space is the concept of central bank digital currencies. We've seen India, right, or the government of India looking into that direction or coming up with strategies, and they've even moved the time when they are going to have that done forward, right, backward rather, just to see how they can speed things up, because the crypto space is actually not waiting for anyone. We are also seeing the news that's coming out from Nigeria. What is happening in Kenya? Is there sort of a conversation around central bank digital currencies?
The Central Bank of Kenya has not been very direct in openly stating that they are considering that option. However, 2 years back, there was a panel that had been set up to find opportunities that the government can take advantage of in the cryptocurrency space. And back then, the CBDC's conversation was not rife as it was now. But the government taking charge of putting together a panel of experts to explore ways of sort of these explore ways of taking advantage of the opportunities in the crypto space was sort of giving us a sort of just giving us hope that they could bring us on the table and explore these opportunities with us. Now, unfortunately, now the way things happen here, the panel was able to submit their report, and most of what they were suggesting are pretty much a lot of the use cases that we've been talking about over the past couple of years. But then to date, it's been almost 2 years now. We haven't had anything else coming out of it. So in terms of CBDCs, the only thing I've seen is the Central Bank of Kenya governor having bits of conversation in these international forums, but locally they've not directly mentioned anything to the effect of introducing that. But I think if central banks are going to introduce digital currencies, it will clearly legitimize crypto to the rest of the population. But then there are always pros and cons in trying to introduce in the entire conversation. So we just wait to see how that goes.
All right, let's now have that conversation about Bitslatto. We made progress last year when we were getting updates or weekly updates from Bitslatto. We are back this year, 2021, and let's see what the developments or the things that has happened over the course of the break and up until this moment. We're in February. Can you give us an update?
Yeah, sure. So we had a great year last year. We were able to expand into 4 new countries. We were able to start building a very stable, steady community. And so far, we want to continue doing that going into 2021. And I can say that particularly for the offerings that we have, we're still a no KYC platform where you can be able to buy. You can be able to trade up to 9 cryptocurrencies. We'll be introducing more as we go along. We have a very lucrative affiliate program, which we are, just encouraging everyone to get into. We have a Telegram bot, which is very easy to use. And particularly, this is a call to the Nigerian community. I know a lot of trading that happens in Nigeria, particularly, happens off of exchanges through these escrow groups on WhatsApp and Telegram. Now, we already have a Telegram bot, which is very easy to utilize. So my call to action, particularly for Nigeria, Tony, is if they can explore our Telegram bot and see how seamless it is, because I understand the reason use these escrow services, escrow groups, is to ensure that the trading takes place seamlessly. Now, in place of the escrow groups, the bot works really well on web and on phone. So as long as you can be able to just check out our bot, which is at bot underscore. For example, if you're going to trade BTC, it's at BTC underscore change underscore bot. That's all you need to have. Set it up immediately. It will get you a wallet address and an exchange where you can be able to buy and sell cryptocurrencies on the same platform. So ideally for this year, and let me just say for this month, we have a number of a number of webinars that we have planned out. We have the AMA that we'll be having with you, of course, on Wednesday as well. At the same time, we're just reaching out to crypto traders who are interested in exploring this platform. We will be open to even having custom offers for you. So just check out our social media accounts, reach out to us, and let's work out something. So we are really just looking forward to getting more and more people to take advantage of all the offerings that we have.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Frank Daya, for joining me on the program and giving us those updates. And we're looking forward to what's going to be happening. And we are always here, to provide coverage and make sure that we are telling the story, as well as the correct story in terms of the happenings captured within the crypto space. At this point, to have a great day. And that will be all on today's program.
Thank you very
much.
Get
more market updates and all the happenings captured within the world of blockchain and cryptocurrency on our website, www.cryptotvplus.com. Follow us on social media as well at CryptoTV+ to get daily info on our programs. Thank you for staying with us. I am Tony Obiaju. I'll see you next week.
Great opportunities are presented to us every day. But sometimes we miss them, living a life of regret and what-ifs. Opportunities come but once. Or maybe not. Now, digital money revolution has come to Africa. Wealth is no longer for a selected few. Money has been redefined. Introducing Tatcoin. Tatcoin is Africa's utility token that gives you access to a life of endless possibilities. You can shop, buy real estate, travel, invest, and build wealth. For more information, visit www.abitsnetwork.com.